When Emma sat across from me at the dinner table that evening, I could already sense that something was off. Her fork barely touched the plate, her eyes avoided mine, and the warmth that once filled the room between us had turned into a cold, unbearable silence. I tried to start a conversation, something about our upcoming anniversary, but she just sighed, pushed her plate away, and said the words that shattered the air like glass: "I want a divorce." For a moment, I just looked at her, completely calm on the outside though my pulse raced underneath. A few weeks ago, maybe I would have been shocked, broken, desperate to fix whatever went wrong. But not tonight. Because tonight, I already knew everything. I leaned back in my chair, watching her cross her arms like she was preparing for an argument. "You don't have anything to say?" she asked, her tone sharper than usual. I smiled faintly, a small, knowing smirk. "Actually," I said softly, "I do." I reached into my jacket pocket, pulled out her phone, and slid it across the table. Her expression changed instantly, her confident facade cracked. "Where did you get that?" she stammered. "You left it charging in my car last night," I said. And since I noticed a few suspicious notifications, I thought I'd take a look. Emma's face went pale. I tapped the screen and opened a chat thread labeled M. The messages were still there, long paragraphs of late-night confessions, heart emojis, and things no wife should ever say to another man. "You said you were working late last week," I said, my voice steady. "But according to these messages, you were in his apartment. You even told him you loved him. Twice." She didn't say a word. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. Her silence was louder than any denial she could have made. "You went through my phone," she finally blurted, her tone trembling with anger and fear. I chuckled. "That's what you're upset about? Not the fact that you've been having an affair for months?" I could see tears welling in her eyes, but I didn't soften, not this time. I'd given her everything: loyalty, patience, and love. And she'd thrown it all away for a man who couldn't even spell commitment. I stood up and walked to the counter, where my laptop sat open. With a single click, the screen lit up, revealing a folder titled Proof. Her eyes darted to it, panic spreading across her face. "I didn't just find messages," I continued. "I found pictures, videos, voice notes. You told him you were trapped in a loveless marriage, that I was boring, that you were counting days until you could leave." I paused, letting the words sink in. "So, Emma, congratulations. You're free now. But not before I make sure the truth is known." She jumped up from her chair, rushing toward me. "Please, Alex, don't do this," she pleaded. "It's not what it looks like." I turned toward her slowly. "Then what is it, Emma? Explain to me why a married woman is telling another man how much she misses his touch." She broke down, crying, trying to reach for my hand, but I stepped back. "I begged you to talk to me," I said. "I asked if something was wrong, and you said everything was fine. But you were just waiting for the right moment to break me, weren't you?" She tried to speak between sobs, but I was done listening. "You want a divorce?" I asked calmly. "You'll get one. But just so you know, I've already spoken to my lawyer. The house, the car, even the joint account, you'll be walking away with a lot less than you think." Her face froze as realization hit. "You can't do that," she whispered. I leaned closer, meeting her eyes. "Oh, I already have. And by the way, I sent the screenshots of your little love affair to your M before blocking him from your number. So, good luck explaining that." She gasped, covering her mouth. "Why would you do that?" she said between sobs. I smiled bitterly. "Because you both deserve each other, and the truth." I walked past her, heading toward the door, but she grabbed my arm. "Alex, please. I made a mistake. It didn't mean anything." I turned around slowly. "If it didn't mean anything, why did you risk everything for it?" She had no answer. Just trembling lips and watery eyes that once used to look at me with love. I took a deep breath. You know, Emma, I said quietly, when I found those messages, I didn't get angry right away. I just sat there, scrolling, rereading every word. I wanted to understand what I did wrong. But then I realized it wasn't about me. It was about you. You were chasing excitement, something new, because you got bored of real love. You wanted drama, attention, a rush. I shook my head. Well, now you've got it. She sank into her chair, her tears falling freely. Please don't leave like this, she whispered. We can fix it. I'll block him. I'll do anything. I stared at her for a long moment, remembering the woman I married, the laughter we used to share, the promises we once made. But those memories felt like ghosts now. You already left, Emma, I said. The moment you let someone else into what was ours. I turned and walked toward the door, picking up my coat. She followed me, begging, crying, trying to pull me back. Alex, please, she said, her voice cracking. Don't go. I'll change. I swear. I stopped at the door, my hand on the knob, and looked back one last time. You wanted a divorce, I said softly. Now you have it. Then I smiled, the same calm, knowing smile that started it all, and walked out. The night air was cold, but it felt freeing. I got into my car, started the engine, and glanced at the house through the window. Inside, I could see her silhouette, small and broken, framed by the light from the dining room. A part of me hurt, because endings always do, but another part of me felt something I hadn't in a long time, peace. As I drove away, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. Alex, I'm so sorry. I didn't know she was married. It was from M. I stared at the screen for a moment, then deleted it without replying. Let them both live with what they did. Some truths don't need revenge, they carry their own punishment. And as the road stretched ahead, I realized that Emma had given me something unexpected that night, closure. Because sometimes, the best response to betrayal isn't rage or revenge, it's silence, a calm smile, and the quiet power of walking away with your dignity intact.